ഹലോ സിംഗപ്പൂർ ചോയ്സിൻ്റെ മറ്റൊരു അടിപൊളി എപ്പിസോഡിലേക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. എപ്പോഴത്തേം പോലെ നമ്മുടെ സെഗ്മെൻറ്റ്സ് വെയിറ്റിംഗ് ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ ആദ്യത്തെ സെഗ്മെൻറ്റ് കാണുന്ന ടൈം കൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ ഈ മോളൊന്ന് ചുറ്റിക്കറങ്ങി കാണട്ടെ. ആദ്യത്തെ സെഗ്മെൻറ്റ് കാണാം.
Who's gonna water my plant? And who's gonna patch my pants? And who's gonna give me the chance to feel brand new? Who's gonna iron my shirts? And who's gonna kiss where it hurts? And who wants a man who flirts the way I do? If not you, tell me who. If not you.
ഇന്ന് സിംഗപ്പൂർ ചോയ്സിൽ നമ്മുടെ അതിഥിയായി എത്തിയിരിക്കുന്നത് ഒരു വേഴ്സറ്റൈൽ സിംഗറാണ്. ഇദ്ദേഹത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഇദ്ദേഹം പാടാത്ത ലാംഗ്വേജസ് ഇല്ല. എല്ലാ ലാംഗ്വേജസിലും ഇദ്ദേഹം പാട്ട് പാടുന്നതാണ്. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിന് എല്ലാ മ്യൂസിക് ഇൻസ്ട്രുമെൻസും വായിക്കാൻ അറിയാം. ഹി ഈസ് നൺ അതർ ദൻ മിസ്റ്റർ പ്രമോദ് ഗോപാലൻ, ഹു ഈസ് നോൺ ആസ് ദ കരോക്കെ കിങ് ഓഫ് സിംഗപ്പൂർ. നമസ്കാരം സർ, വെൽക്കം ടു സിംഗപ്പൂർ ചോയ്സ്.
Namaskaram. Thanks for having me.
പാട്ടുകളിലേക്ക് കടക്കുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് സാറിൻ്റെ ചൈൽഡ്ഹുഡ് ഡേയ്സ് ആൻഡ് വേർ യു ആർ ഫ്രം, കെൻ യു പ്ലീസ് ടോക്ക് അബൌട്ട് ദാറ്റ്?
Well, I was born in Calcutta,
Okay.
which is now known as Kolkata. Studied there, went to college in Saint Xavier's. But fortunately, I was able to go into a Hindi medium school.
Okay.
So my studies were predominantly in Hindi. So I was able to appreciate that language and then naturally sing later on also in Hindi.
Okay.
But one of our languages was also Bengali.
All right.
And the environment was totally Bengali.
Okay.
Because all your friends, your relatives, your neighbors were all Bengalis.
Okay.
So you spoke with them and then you developed that love for the language. So then I started singing in Bengali as well.
Okay.
Parents were from Kerala.
Okay.
So off and on we used to speak in Malayalam.
Okay, so you know Malayalam.
Malayalam bits, and just to save my life, you can say, I do speak Malayalam, yes.
Okay, so have you been to Kerala?
In my entire lifetime, I've been only 4 times,
Okay.
only on holidays.
Okay.
I love that place, no doubt. But then circumstances don't allow you to go and spend too much of time over there.
All right. Okay. So, sir, how did you start singing? How did you come into the singing field?
Passion was there because of my parents.
Okay. They sing?
They used to sing, but not professionally, but they had a
Alright.
very strong passion for music.
Okay.
So it became a ritual that whenever people used to come to our house for a meet, chaya, palaharam, kainittu, pramodante paattu illade, nobody will be allowed to leave the house.
Okay, parents parents.
Parents will always come and say, Pramod, my son sings very well. But actually, I didn't know how to sing well. But I was very brave. I loved music. And I think a part of that passion for my parents, it passed on to me, maybe
Okay.
through the genes or whatever. And so I started singing.
Okay.
While doing that, I discovered the pride in my parents' eyes whenever I used to sing.
Yes.
I knew that I wasn't singing too well. But my parents were so proud. They used to always sing, see my son, he sings very well and he's a very good singer. So as this went on and on, I started discovering that perhaps I have got a little bit of a talent to learn more singing. So I started practicing on my own.
Okay.
And then went on to school and then college. In the canteen, friends used to come and sit down and we used to drum on the table and start
Okay.
singing film songs. And friends also told me, hey, you've got a good voice, why don't you actually cultivate it? But I think what we did was we chose between music and education.
Okay.
My parents said that education comes first. You must do well in school, you must do well in college, otherwise you won't get a good wife, you won't get a good job.
Okay.
So I went in for my studies, and so I suppose my singing, my music took a back seat. But again, because it was there, instilled in me from childhood, I think music never leaves you.
Yes.
It will always be with you if you have that right level of passion.
Yes. self-taught musician. So I'm sure you'll have a role model. Who is it?
In India, without hesitation, I must say, my role model was my own sister.
Okay.
My sister went on to becoming known as the Lata Mangeshkar of Calcutta.
Okay, that's
Because
great.
she was an immense singer, had that concept of music in her,
Okay.
and she had a very melodious voice.
All right.
She also sang at many, many programs, again self-taught.
Okay. Oh.
And I must say that she is, for me, walking encyclopedia of music.
Wow.
She knows every single song, she knows all the words, she knows the tune, she knows from which movie that song is, who's the music director, who's the lyricist, she knows everything.
Okay.
So even here, after coming to Singapore, whenever I have a doubt on a particular song, all I need to do is call her.
Okay.
And out of the blue, she'll be cooking and I tell her, Chechi, this song I'm going to sing in this program tonight, what is the second paragraph? Straight away she'll tell me.
Wow, that's great.
And just the starting is enough to trigger off, you know. So, in my earlier years, my sister undoubtedly is my role model
Okay.
in music. In Singapore, it's of course different. I had totally different experience with my music.
Okay.
My role model in Singapore is undoubtedly our ex-late President Nathan.
Okay.
President Nathan, I had the good fortune of singing before him when he was the guest of honor at a program. And after my music, he called me down and he spoke to me, and the warmth in his voice, the words that he spoke, the kind of encouragement that he gave, a very basic, ordinary singer like me, he praised right up to the top.
Okay.
And I've got photographs with him,
Okay.
which I cherish even till this day. I used to always remember that level of encouragement that he gave me. And I went on to sing again in different programs where he was the guest of honor, maybe on 5 occasions.
Okay.
And on all those occasions, I came back with an experience of being appreciated by none other than this huge personality who was so down to earth. We became very close.
Okay.
He used to address me by my first name and inquire about my music every time. I used to share music with him
Okay.
on the desk. Yeah. Major loss for Singapore
Yes, for
recently.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Singapore, yes, he was my greatest inspiration.
I expected you to tell some singer, so I'm just surprised by your answer. So
Yes.
his encouragement has helped you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So could you recollect your first performance maybe in Singapore?
I came to Singapore in 1994. In 1997, there was a talent competition.
Okay.
Now, this was organized by the Singapore Kairali Kala Nilayam or
Okay,
something. It has a very
okay,
long
okay,
name.
okay.
I couldn't even pronounce the name in those days. And I was called and asked to perform
Okay.
and take part in a competition. And I didn't want to because I don't really sing Malayalam songs because I didn't know the language
don't know
too
the
well.
language. Okay.
So, but this gentleman, Mr. Rajagopalan, a very nice gentleman, he kept forcing me, you have to take part.
Okay.
And one thing my parents never taught me is how to say no. So somehow I got myself into saying yes. So once I
Okay.
committed, I said, okay, I must do this. Then I came to know later that he was pressing me only because they did not have enough people to participate in the program at that point of time.
Okay.
So I said, okay, since there are not many participants, then maybe I can save face.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So I went and took part, and by that time there were a lot of participants. Actually, there was few rounds, and I was shortlisted and went on to the final round. And I sang, and I don't know, God's mercies, I got the first prize
Wow, that's great.
among the senior category. You know, that was
Okay.
another encouragement.
Oh,
for me
there was
over
a category and all
That reminded me again of one of a similar incident that happened in Calcutta.
Okay.
There was an organization called Calcutta Kerala Samajam.
Okay. Malayali Association.
Malayali. So I was connected with that.
Okay, so that was before this, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
much before, maybe in
Okay.
the 70s, I think.
Okay.
And there they had a talent competition. They did not have many people, so they forced me again, and I couldn't say no. So I went and I took part. Surprise! I won the first prize there also. I mean, then I started getting more confident to say that, okay, perhaps I've got something which I need to polish and
So it
come
was
to
all
it.
like boosting you.
Absolutely, yeah. But unfortunately, I never had that opportunity to actually go in for formal training in music. But whatever little I've learned all by myself is through my passion for music, which I can say is very, very strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first song that you sang and you won the prize? Malayalam song?
Yeah, I remember the Kerala Association song.
Okay.
I remember very well. Swargaputri Navaratri Swarnam Padichanin Swaramandavathile Sopanagayakanaku Innini Swargaputri Navaratri Swarnam Padichanin Swaramandavathile Sopanagayakanaku Innini Swargaputri Navaratri.
Wow, that was beautiful. So, do you normally like memorize your songs or do you keep a book for reference?
I have a book for reference, which is more for moral support.
Okay.
But I recommend that all my singers, my co-singers, the first lesson I give them is to memorize a song.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know the song thoroughly, what happens is your brain is divided into two parts. One becomes a visual,
Yes.
and only half of your brain is connected to your heart. So when you sing, sharing your brain with your visuals, then you cannot put in your soul into the song.
Yeah.
So because I memorized the songs, majority of the songs,
Yes,
except if I'm singing a
No, I'm surprised that
Chinese
you still
song or
remember this.
some of these old songs. In fact, I remember more of the old songs because during those days we didn't have computers, but we had what you call the hard disk in the brain. We used to use that hard disk a lot, and because I used to write and listen and sing, practice the same song over and over, it has gone deep down into that hard disk of mine. So those songs I'll never forget.
So you've sung over 1,000 songs, right?
In fact, even more. Perhaps if
okay.
you put in together all the songs that I've been singing in various languages, it could be many, many more.
Okay.
But they're all songs, none of them are my own creation. These are all songs from films
Yeah.
or personal compositions of different people.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so I've sung many songs.
So whose song are you like more comfortable with? Like which singer's song do you sing often?
When I was younger, my voice was definitely much more tender.
Okay.
I used to sing songs of Mohammad Rafi,
Alright.
Mahendra Kapoor,
Okay.
Talat Mahmood, but they had very mellow, soft voices,
Okay.
which could also touch very high notes. But as I'm getting closer and closer to being an
Your
elderly
sound is
person,
still young, so it's fine.
yeah. So I started realizing that my voice, the texture of my voice has changed.
Yeah.
So I had to adapt, and I started singing songs of Mukesh, Hemant Kumar,
Okay.
and Saigal, all those elderly people who had a very nice voice, undoubtedly.
Okay.
But I could relate more with that. So I sing most of their songs, but the older songs of Rafi and Kishore and all are unforgettable.
Okay. Do you
Immortal.
have an all-time favorite song?
I love singing a song which is also written in Tamil.
Okay.
It's called Kadal Rojave.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember
Yes,
that song.
yes. I know the song.
Yeah, so that's the one song which I love to sing quite often, because you can change the mood of that song according to your own desires.
Okay.
If you see a different kind of audience, then you can sing it in a different pace. छूके यूं चली हवा जैसे छू गए हो तुम फूल जो खिले थे वो शूल बन गए हैं क्यों जी रहा हूँ इसलिए दिल में प्यार है तेरा जुल्म सह रहा है क्यों इंतजार है तेरा तुमसे मिले बिना जान भी न जाएगी कयामत से पहले सामने तू आएगी कहाँ है तू कैसी है तू रोजा Wonderful. Bravo. That is so nice.
It was great singing with you.
Absolutely extempore. Without any preparation, if you sang this well, I can well imagine with preparation, you will definitely
Thank you so much. So I noticed that while you were singing, right, you were always looking to that side, and your wife is standing there. So something related?
Inspiration comes from there, and the biggest criticism comes from there.
Okay.
Because my wife doesn't sing
Okay.
professionally or in a party, but she's very knowledgeable as far as music is concerned. One single note here and there, and then she will come and squeeze it. So I'm always wary whenever she's around.
You're
to sing,
scared,
and-
huh? So is
and
that the
then-
look that you were giving?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Absolutely. And so I'm always looking at her for approval.
Okay.
And if she's smiling, then that means it's okay. And I can make out when I'm going wrong because I can see it on her expression.
Alright,
So I always keep her in front of me when I'm performing.
Okay. In Malayalam language, is there any singer who has inspired you?
Yes, there have been many, many singers. They have all been so amazing because during my time there was less of technology.
Yeah.
So the music that we were exposed to came from the heart and from the brain. They were all created with a lot of passion.
Yeah.
So any singer during my younger days who I've heard, they are all amazing singers, like Dasatan and all that. I mean, they are all immortal singers.
Yes, for sure.
I think, personally speaking, there's one singer who had the talents, but I think, like me, did not have the opportunity to actually go forward. And this is Jayachandran. You've heard of
Yes,
Jayachandran?
yes.
No, Jayachandran was an amazing singer.
Have you ever had the chance to meet or sing with celebrities?
Not sing
Okay.
kind of thing together.
Okay.
But yes, I have had the opportunity of singing on the same stage
Okay, that's
with
great.
celebrities.
Okay.
Like, one of those fill-up singers to come and
yeah.
sing in between and all that. That was pretty nice. I remember I sang with Suresh Wadkar, that playback singer from Bombay, when he came here. I sang before because he was going to be coming in the second half and the first half. They wanted singers to sing, so I sang.
Okay.
Thereafter, he became a good friend of mine, and I used to take him around in my car
Okay.
around town. So we became very close. This really taught me a lesson from Venugopal that no matter how great an artist you are, you need to have that humility to come down to earth and actually relate with your audience and with your friends and don't act too big. And he became a very good friend. So thereafter he has visited Singapore many, many times.
Yeah.
Every time he comes, he will come to my house. We'll go out and have a dinner. And so he's another great guy. Malgudi Shubha.
Okay.
She's a very, very close personal friend of mine. An amazing singer. She's also sung with A.R. Rahman. What more do you want? I mean, so we are in touch even now. Whenever I feel like I call her, whenever she feels like she'll call me and say, hey, Pramod, what the hell is happening with you? You haven't called me for such a long time. What are you doing? How's Singapore? Kind of thing. So that's the kind of relationship I have. But then apart from that, Mr. Shan, the singer from Bombay,
Okay.
when he came to Singapore, we had an opportunity to react with each other.
What about the new generation, like the singers now? Whom do you like? Like, whom do you think has the?
I think if you allow me to state that Sonu Nigam is a new generation singer, I think there's nobody who can beat him.
Okay.
In my opinion. There are a lot of people who sing in different genres, and sing in different styles. But this guy, Sonu Nigam, is such a versatile singer. He can sing in any language, he can sing in any scale, he can sing anybody's song. And he's a good mimic. I don't know if you've seen any of his videos. He's a great mimic artist, but I think he's number one, in my opinion. But apart from that, there are so many young guys who have just come up, like Arijit and all. They're so popular, so famous. They're all very good singers, and I think they will go a long way.
Yes. So, sir, how many stages have you performed here, roughly?
50 to 60 programs
Okay.
in Singapore.
Okay.
Various places and clubs and personal gatherings, weddings, birthday parties, clubs, various places.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do programs abroad too, right?
Abroad meaning, when I go to US,
Okay.
they always organize some events for me there.
Alright.
Because I've got a lot of relatives there.
Okay.
My family, my sons are all settled down there.
Okay.
My daughters-in-law, my 7-year-old grandson.
Oh, you have a grandson
Yeah, I've got a
too.
grandson who's
Now
7
I
years
can
old.
calculate your age.
Oh yeah, please don't do that. But yeah, so when I go to USA, there's always 1 or 2 programs that is organized by them. But commercially, I've been invited twice to Jakarta, Indonesia. They were a very, very good experiences actually. People over there love Hindi music, and I can go on and on singing Hindi music. So I remember on both occasions when I went to sing, I started singing at about 8:30 in the night and ended up at 4 in the morning.
Oh.
It doesn't really speak too much about my ability to be able to sing for so long. I give credit to the audience. That they can leave all their important work and sit there like this on the floor and then continue listening till 4 in the morning. It goes to show the level of passion
Yes,
that
so
those people have got in Hindi music.
So, any memorable experience like this?
This is, of course,
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Apart from that, well, this is the best experience I would say abroad.
Okay. In Singapore?
In Singapore, there have been many, many occasions where I've been asked to sing requests.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
And that's difficult
that
for...
makes you feel
yeah.
really good, right? Like when someone's like requesting you to sing
Absolutely,
again, perform
absolutely.
again.
Now, for people who sing to -1 tracks,
Yeah.
that becomes a challenge.
Oh, okay.
Because you need to
Have the track.
at
Yes,
the right time.
yes, yes.
And I really don't go use the word karaoke, basically, actually.
Okay.
Karaoke singing is a different concept.
So singing with an orchestra, I think it's much more easier because they can like adjust with your style or your pitch, or if you make a mistake, they can like do something about
Absolutely.
it. But karaoke, it just goes on and you have to like sing perfectly. What do you have to say about that? Like the challenges when you're using karaoke?
Absolutely. In fact, in karaoke, you need to be 100%
Prepare.
perfect in
Okay.
your singing. Because there is no scope to make any adjustments.
Yeah.
One miss and perhaps the whole song will also go.
Yes.
So practice is very, very necessary. But I always tell my co-singers and anybody who's wanting to get musical tips from me, I tell them that you can become a good -1 track singer only when you succeed in making it appear that the music is following you.
Yeah.
Because music is supposed to follow you.
Exactly.
But what happens is they get so intimidated by the intricacies of the song that they listen to the music and the music becomes the primary
Yeah.
base
Yes.
and they are following the music. So that leaves a little bit of tentativeness in your singing.
Yeah.
So I tell them that it'll never change. So you've got nothing to worry.
Exactly.
You prepare yourself 100% and make it appear as though the music is following you.
Yeah.
And the day you are able to do that, you can call yourself a good singer. So many of my friends have all succeeded in actually mastering this knowledge about singing with -1 tracks.
All right. So are you teaching students now or?
I don't, because I haven't learned myself, so I don't have the moral right to actually teach.
Okay.
But I have a lot of friends, a lot of admirers, or let us say fans,
All right.
who listen to me and then tell me that, look, I want to sing. How do I improve? So I tell them, come over.
Yeah.
I will show you what I know.
Exactly.
And then they come and I just show them either on the harmonium or on the tracks. Tell them, okay, this is what you need to do. Sing along with me. And maybe, okay, this scale is not right. So I'll lower the scale for you. I go to the computer, use a program and lower the scale, burn the CD for them, let them take it home, practice.
Okay.
And then they do pretty well, actually. I'm very proud because today I've got so many co-singers who sing along with me.
So what are your future plans?
Future plans are very simple. As long as my voice supports my singing, I wish to continue to sing and I wish to contribute whatever little I know about music to anybody who's got the passion to sing. It can be a child, it can be an old lady, it can be an old man too, and I'm willing to share whatever I have with them. So that's all I have for plans.
So thank you so much, sir, for spending your valuable time with us, and I'm really privileged to do your interview, and it was wonderful listening to your songs. Thank you again,
Thank
sir.
you so much, and thank you very much for having me on this show, and I wish Asianet all the very best.
താങ്ക് യു സർ.
സെക്കൻഡ് ചോയ്സിന്റെ ഇന്നത്തെ സെഗ്മെന്റ്സ് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുമെന്ന് വിശ്വസിക്കുന്നു. അടുത്ത എപ്പിസോഡിൽ കൂടുതൽ കാഴ്ചകളുമായി വരുന്നവരെ ബൈ.